Since we're going to be finishing our steak in a 500-degree oven, there's no reason not to chuck this guy in and give him a head start. It's cast iron. It doesn't care. Here at Good Eats, we don't like a lot of fancy flavors messing with our beef, just a little ground pepper and a little kosher salt. And don't worry, the salt on the meat is not going to pull out all the juices ahead of time. Besides, it's going to go straight into a hot pan. We have plucked our pan from the 500-degree oven, but it's still not hot enough. So I'm going to put it over high heat and leave it there for at least another 5 minutes. Now, this thing's a branding iron at this point, okay? So please, handle it with a folded towel or a pot holder or something, or else you're going to end up in the burn ward. Now, to the steak. A little seasoning. We're going to use a good bit of kosher salt. Believe me, this isn't too much. Let it have some on both sides. You really want it on there. A couple of turns of black pepper. There. And now, we want to lube up the meat a little bit with some oil. This is going to help the heat get into the nooks and crannies and give us that brown crust we're after. It only takes a few drops, then just kind of toss it around on the plate a bit, just to give the meat a nice glisten. There. Now, into the pan. Now, here's the point where you're going to have to trust me. Do not touch this for 30 seconds. It's been 30 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. Now, see that brown crust? That's what we're after. So we're going to leave it for another 30 seconds. Now, it's been another 30 seconds, and we've got a really great crust on both sides. But the inside of the meat is still not done. So I'm going to move the whole thing into the oven, right in the 500-degree oven. Now, I'm going to leave that in there for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it and let it finish another 2. So, 4 minutes is up, and our steak is done. That looks really great. Since we violated its cellular structure with several hundred degrees of heat, there is going to be some juice loss. What I like to do is to get that steak elevated and out of those juices so that the brown crust we've been working so hard to get won't dissolve. I like to use a little plate. It can be a saucer, whatever. Just scoot it right up under the meat so that those juices drain away. Now, that steak's supposed to rest, not freeze to death, so I like to take just a little bit of aluminum foil and lightly cover it. Now, be patient. Leave it alone for 3 minutes, and I promise you will be rewarded. Now this looks great. Now you can tell that this steak rested because the juices are in the meat, not all over the board and the plate.